it has been an incredible journey, this AWS Summit. So there were around 6,000 people, and you are one of the 6,000 of the few that have taken time to learn about our product, learn about our company. So let's begin. So what we want to present here is basically our company and the cool innovative stuff that we have done leveraging the AWS technologies. And we have come up with this cool product and its demo, wherein you can use it for your customers who have huge amounts of documents, right? So without further ado, let's begin. So a quick agenda check. We'll be doing a company introduction, which is Noventiq. We'll also be doing from cloud to insight AWS service streams that we have as a part of the organization. We have data-driven initiatives like data analytics and ML practice. We'll quickly introduce that. But the meat of this session is point number 4 that you see on the screen, which is the uDMS, the document management solution that we want to present to you. We are actually solving real-life pain points that our customers have, especially from the BFSI and the healthcare space, who have collected a lot of documents and they would want to drive certain AI-based use cases. And finally, we have a cool demo, and that's towards the second part of the session, which my colleague Yogesh Sharma will introduce. My name is Satheesh. I lead the data analytics practice at Noventiq. So we'll move ahead. So quickly introducing company, we'll not spend a lot of time because we want to show you the cool features that we have done or the cool product that we have developed. But from a company perspective, we have around 10 plus years of cloud expertise. So we are born in a cloud company. So we were established around 2013. So we have 200 plus AWS certifications. We have 500 plus customers. Something that we take pride is 800 plus cloud projects. So there were a lot of projects that we have done for migrations. That is, the customers were running some kind of workload on-premise, and they wanted to move onto AWS, or they are running the workload on some separate cloud, and they would want to move to AWS, right? Finally, so we have 5 major competencies, including migration, managed services, as you see on the screen. We take pride in telling that all the expertise we have on AWS has been validated through SDPs and competencies. One final thing that is not mentioned in this deck is we were awarded the Data Analytics Partner of the Year award in 2022 in re:Invent. We'll move ahead. So what do you do as an organization? So our bread and butter, which is infrastructure, which is lift and shift migrations, or let's say migrate and modernize, or for that matter, any kind of DevOps or CI/CD pipelines that you want to set up on the AWS ecosystem. So that's our bread and butter. Similarly, the application team, which is led by Yogesh, any kind of custom application development could be, let's say, monolithic to microservices, or could be kind of serverless, completely serverless application that you want to build on AWS. That's something that we can support you on. Finally, data team, that is led by me. So we do all kind of DB modernization activities and data analytics and machine learning. So the product that is an outcome is a joint collaboration between application and data teams, so that we have solved these real-life problems using AI/ML. Finally, from the cloud security standpoint, we have partnered with firewall providers like Palo Alto, Trend Micro, and we deploy their solutions on AWS so that you have end-to-end coverage of the complete stack with security. And then, across all these stacks, we have the MS offering, the managed service offering, another bread and butter. A lot of customers who do this in-house go with managed services with us because they don't want to take the headache of managing their entire cloud infra. Moving on. Now, I quickly want to introduce the data team because that's something that we have been focusing a lot as a part of our initiatives. So we do data modernization, visualization, and AI/ML. Now, one thing that I want to say is, when it comes to the real-life implementations, a lot of customers come to us that they are using legacy platforms, and they would want to migrate away from those legacy data warehouses into AWS, thereby saving on license cost and increasing the performance. So that's something that we do as a part of data modernization initiative that we have within our organization. And then, obviously, there is visualization. So if you have some kind of quick site-based dashboards that you need to deploy, that's something that we tackle as well. Or you would have some kind of KPIs as a part of your industry that you would want to build in collaboration with us. That's something that you can do. And finally, from the AI/ML standpoint, now, For the AI ML standpoint, we take pride in introducing two products. One is a document management solution, which we'll show in the later part of this session. And the second is basically a chatbot, generative AI-enabled chatbot, which is available off the shelf and can be deployed, get-go onto your environment to serve your end customers. Or if you have custom requirements around Gen AI, or you want to build solutions, that's something that you can get in touch with us as well. Now, this is where I want to spend a lot of time. So what we want to, now the company introduction is over, what we want to show you is, we met with our customers. So whatever we want to build for our customers who are facing real life pain points, right? So we meet some of our BFSI customers and we went back to them and asked what kind of pain points that we want to solve. So eventually the customer had a lot of pain points, and that's how we generate money and business as well, right? But then we zeroed in on two cases. One of the use cases that they come up with is that, especially from the insurance and the home lending space, or even our banking customers, they are amassing a lot of documents within their ecosystem. They don't have control over who can access what, that's one. Secondly, they don't have control on, let's say, if you are onboarding a customer from a branch office, right? They don't have control on who can scan. So for example, a customer has to provide an Aadhaar card. The person who is scanning at the branch office might put an Aadhaar card and a PAN card together for the complete account verification. Today, these kind of customers, they do the verification manually. So they wanted to have an automated verification mechanism. So that was the pain point one. So extracting the data out of the huge amount of documents they had. The second is, these kind of customers also generated a lot of offers within the market, especially the insurance customers, or for that matter, the home loan customers. So they had a lot of offers. So they came to us and they said that my end customer, or in their case, their end customers, were not able to find relevant information out of it. There were maybe 50 offer documents, and they wanted to if an end customer wanted to pinpoint an exact offer, they were not able to find it. So we took it upon ourselves to develop these two use cases and leveraging AWS technologies, especially the AI-based technologies. So how did we do it? So I'll just skip over this slide because there's something that I explained, but then there are some other pain points that you see which are there, especially the cost. Every single customer is concerned about the cost, so we had to make it, we had whatever solution we were building for a document repository ecosystem, it should be cost efficient. So, and similarly, if you see here, there were security challenges of who can access what, right? So how did we do it? So we introduced a lot of cool features. For example, let's say metadata management to completely manage the metadata of the document that you're going to store, the path, I would say, the owner of the document, the date at which it was created and stuff. Similarly, a complete nested hierarchy so that, let's say, a manager can access all the documents, but only an employee can only access a subset of the documents. Similarly, complete auditability. Now, what that means is, if you are uploading a document, doing some kind of a download operation, or doing any operation on the document, everything that you do is tracked. So we'll move ahead. Now, here is where we introduce the AI features. Now, every other document management system out there in the world does all this, whatever we just said, right? But how do you take it forward and make it more attractive to our customers? And that's where we introduce an OCR engine leveraging the AWS technologies, and you will see that demo in action shortly. And then we also introduce this Gen AI that you see. So the use case that I was mentioning, 50 offer documents, you want to pinpoint the exact single use case, exact single information that an end customer wants to see. So maybe I will write a question something like, I am 35 years of age, and then I am a salaried employee. What kind of insurance plans can I have? Now, usually, if you were there, you would just go onto a website or download the document and then find out the relevant information. But in this case, you type out this question that I just said, it will return you back the exact, concise answer by going through these documents all at once. So this is the architecture that we built. Now, you see these two components. So everything else that you see here within this ecosystem is something that is very standard, which is the API gateway and the Lambda as a backend. Similarly, if you see here, you have S3 as a storage. Similarly, MySQL for the metadata and stuff, right? However, these are the two components from an AI perspective that we actually integrated within the product. Now, what that means here is, for example, for OCR, we leveraged recognition and text track. For Gen AI, we leveraged Bedrock, which was obviously interfaced through Lambda. Now, what that means is, let's say I want a customer uploads an Aadhaar or a field branch agent uploads an Aadhaar. You want to extract the data out of it. First of all, you have to identify it's an Aadhaar or not, right? So what we did here was, within recognition, we did something called as custom labeling, in which you can index all these documents, or let's say, train the model to say that this is an Aadhaar card. And then when somebody uploads an Aadhaar card, the tool will automatically spit out saying that somebody has uploaded an Aadhaar card on a so-and-so page. That's one. You'll see this demo. Second, you have to extract the data out of Aadhaar card, and that's what's done using Textract. The second use case which I mentioned, which is the summarization, question and answer to all these 50, 60, 100 documents, that was leveraged through Bedrock, and we are using Cloud 2 Sonnet. The good part is, when we set out to do this, Bedrock was only available in the US region, and now it is available in the AP South 1, which is the Mumbai region as well. Moving on. So we have, now with this, I would like to hand over to my colleague Yogesh. He will give you a quick demo of how the uDMS application works. So you can have a quick introduction of the two use cases that I said. One is the OCR, the second one is the generative AI summarization and the contextual Q&A. So over to Yogesh.
Good afternoon. I know it is a bit drowsy, right? We'll try to make it a bit interesting by showing few features live, as Satheesh described. So as Satheesh mentioned, that we have developed this product specifically for the BFSI industry. So we have set up this demo considering an insurance organization in a view, right? So as we know, right, for any organizations, when you launch any product specifically for them, there will be two set of the users. One is the company administrator, another will be the normal employee. So I will be logged in with the employee credentials, so we'll showcase all the features of the product. So as soon as you just click on the submit button, right, the system asks to provide the OTP, and this is why, because we have implemented the multi-factor authentication to authorize the document. Post successful login, user lands up on the home page, or you can say the landing page, and you can see on this page there are the multiple tiles, like the entity containers, access audits, indexing, search, view, and explorer. We'll try to showcase all of them. If we will go on the right top, then you can see in the context menu, there are a couple of more options, like the user permissions, roles, and organization. We'll try to showcase these functionalities also. So we'll like to start with the indexing functionality, right? And how this works, as Satheesh mentioned, that if you need to upload multiple documents having and one document have the multiple type of the document, how it will work. So what we will do here, we will upload first two different documents. One will be the image file, and another will be the PDF file. Both are the scanned document, but this PDF file, which is a single file, it has the multiple document within it. So we'll showcase how this system will identify individual document out of a single file. So now what is happening? The system is compressing all the files and then doing the OCR functionality to extract the information. So later on, this extracted information can be used to search the document using the content of the document. In addition of this auto data, which is in the left side, right, it will get mapped automatically with the extracted information out of this document. Another thing which will be which will be there, right, is masking. I will come out to this also. Now you can see in the preview in the bottom, right, we can see there are the multiple documents, while we uploaded only two files, one PDF and one in the image. Now you see that there was an Aadhaar card and there is an application form. Then we can see there will be a couple of more documents like the PAN card or say the salary slip, etc. In the left-hand side, you can see we have the two sections, and here in this bottom section, these are the type of the documents which have been identified by the system, like the application form, Aadhaar card, and PAN number. And against all the document, we have few numbers. What these numbers indicate, right? If someone will click on the Aadhaar card, in front of the Aadhaar card, we see there is a page number 1, right? And if we go to the preview, then we can see at the bottom, this is the page number 1. So this way, the system has identified that there is one Aadhaar card in the entire file. Similarly, if someone will click on the PAN card, you can see in front of the PAN card, there is a number 9. And if you will go to the bottom in the preview, there is a page number 9. So this page number is being mapped with the individual document out of a single file. So this way, indexing is happening, categorization of the document is happening, and the classification of the document is happening out of a single file. At the same time, as I mentioned earlier, you can see we have the few metadata or the attributes which need to be mapped with the extracted information automatically. So if someone will click on the application number, right, or the Aadhaar number, you can see we have this information, right? This Aadhaar number, there are a few asterisks. This information has been masked, and we can see only the last 4 digits. Similarly, if we will see in the image itself, here also we can see only the 4 digits, rest of the information has been masked. And why this information has been masked? Because it is a sensitive information. It comes under the PII, the personal identifiable information category. And due to the strict compliances, right, which organization need to be made regarding the documentation, this information should be masked. So system is identifying the individual document out of a single file, then it is mapping the metadata automatically. In addition of this, it also masks all the sensitive information, right? This information is being masked within the text as well as in the document, right? You can see that rest of the information which has been picked, like the Aadhaar name, yes versus, this information is available here, and same can be tallied from the document. Aadhaar, date of birth, and the PAN number, right? You can see this PAN number is here, the 501F, and this same information is available here also. And the information has been masked in document as well as in the text. So when we save this information in the database also, all the information will be masked, right? So compliance, regulatory compliance can be in sync as per the organization requirement. So this is the whole process of the identification of the document, how the metadata can be mapped, and how the sensitive information can be masked. Now, how it works, right? I will also like to show this entire information can be configured as per the organization requirement. This is not something which we have hard-coded for the specific document. So individual organization, as I mentioned, that we are showing this demo by considering the insurance organization. So we all know, right, insurance organization may have the multiple policies. And for a specific set of the policies, they will require their user to submit the multiple type of the document. So here you can see how the company administrator can define all this information. So here is one example. So the company name is the Noventiq, and the company is defining one container. You can consider this container as a template or as a policy document. For this policy document, if end user or the end customer will require to apply, they will require to provide certain set of the document. And this set of the documents can be defined by the company administrator here using this functionality, the entity and the containers. So if someone will click here, right, you can see within this container or the templates, there are multiple type of the documents like the application form, pay slip, supporting documents, and other. And there is a one subfolder also, the KYC. And under the KYC, there are again multiple types of the documents, Aadhaar card, PAN card, voter card, etc. So this is the defined set which will be required at the time of the uploading of the document from the user. In the right side of the preview, you can see there are some information, and this information basically is the metadata which organization asks user to provide at the time of the uploading of the document. But for the ease of the user, this information can be mapped automatically by extracting the information out of the document. If you will see further, right, in front of this information, there are a couple of columns like the PII, SPI in mask. What does it mean? It provides the flexibility to company administrator to define whether this particular information or the metadata should come under the PII or the SPI category, whether it should be masked or not. So all this can be defined as per the organization requirement. Any organization can define the multiple templates, and with the same way, when the user will upload the information, that will happen automatically, right? Now, the use case which I will like to showcase, which Satheesh mentioned about the document summarization and how we can ask the pointed questions, so can get the response against it. So these are the set of the documents which have been uploaded by the user in the past. You can see under one folder SR1, there is one application form. Similarly, there is another folder. If user click on the application form, in the right-hand side, the preview is available. And in front of the application form, there is a search icon with the caption AI, and how does it work? If user clicks on it, a pop-up comes into the picture, and here you can see, how can I help you today, right? So this is the generative AI feature which summarizes the document as well as provide the response of the pointed question. And all the information or all the response comes based upon the context of the document, which also ensure that the information is correct. So let me try to showcase a couple of the example how it can work. So first of all, we will try to summarize the document, because we understand if you will talk about any policy document, right? Nowadays we have the digitized policy document, but if you will go even the digitized policy document, there will be multiple pages. And if we need to summarize, then it takes a lot of time and effort. So, but here, using this functionality, we can get this information very quickly. So let me type a question. So can you please provide the summary? Now you can see, right, this summary is available. This accidental suraksha insurance policy summary here. What will be the primary covers? What will be the additional covers, right? How it will get converted? What will be the inbuilt cover? The sum insurance, everything, right? The entire summary of the policy document is available within few seconds. In addition of this, it also provides the reference of the document from where this information is being extracted, right? So the user can validate whether this information is correct or not. We have heard a lot of time the hallucination, right, during the previous session. So this ensures this hallucination does not come into the picture, because the information can be verified using the reference document. At the top, we also have the options to narrate the summary. Let's ask another question, the pointed question, what is the free lookup period, right? We know that for every policy, there is a certain free lookup period. So if we see the free lookup period for this policy is the 15 days. Again, if we need to find out this information out of the policy document, it takes a lot of time. But this information is available within a second, again with the reference of the document and with the option to summarize or to narrate the information. So you can get the relevant information. We'll try to have one more example, say what is the age eligibility for this particular policy. Now again, the information will be available in 1 second. Say the age eligibility for the individual, 18 to 70, for children, 3 to 25, and blah, blah. So this is simply, right, the example how we can extract or how we can get the relevant information against the pointed question in less than a second with the reference of the document, so the information can be validated if required. It also provides the multilingual functionality. I will not showcasing here, but it is here. Now let's talk about the search, right? So this search works upon the content of the document because we extract the information. As soon as user start typing something for the search, as a search parameters, you can see the system provides few options to the user. And if user selects any of the options suggested by the system, then it again provides couple of suggestions with the information of the respective document along with the path of the document and the container information. So based upon the first suggestion, we have this information that this information is coming out of this application form. In the right-hand side, we have the preview, and we can see there is something mentioned about the accidental suraksha policy in this document. There is another suggestion, right, which has been provided by the system. If user clicks here, then this redirect user to another document. Here at the top, we cannot see this information is here, but if user scroll bit down, then he can see this information is available related to the accidental suraksha policy. Again, user can narrow down the search using the exact match only, right? So then information will be available accordingly. So this way the system helps user to identify the exact information. Now I will like to explain one more feature, right, which is related to the access and audits, which is very critical for any insurance organization or the BFSI organization, because they need to maintain compliance under the strict regulation related to the specifically to the documentation. So here what we are doing, we are capturing all the actions being taken by the user at any point of the time. So here you can see in the top row, this user has taken in action, and what is the action is the view content file. So he has viewed this document, and the document name is the application form, which is under this container, right, and at that point of the time. So this way this information is being captured. This is just one example. If I will go to the another page, we will be able to see, right, what other actions are being captured by the system. So say the view content file, and then in the bottom, we can see we have the unarchival or the archival, because this system also provides the options to archive the document, and then user can unarchive the document also. Here you can see another actions, the update document. So in summary, any possible actions which can be taken against a document by user at any point of the time get captured. So later on, someone from the audit or the compliance team can look into it, right, and can take appropriate actions if required. Now let's take a couple of more things, right, I will like to showcase, right. So this is under the organization thing. What we have done, we allow organization to define their own document repository within the AWS environment. Point number one. Point number two, we know, right, any employee which work under enterprise organization may require to access multiple applications, and for that they need to maintain multiple set of the credentials, which sometimes become a tedious job for them. So here what we are proposing, we provide the flexibility, or we provide an options to integrate this uDMS portal with the Active Directory of the organization, which simply means the SSO integration is here. So the user can log in into this system using the set of the credentials which they use to access their laptop or the desktop. Similarly, one more thing which I would like to share, right, or showcase the branding guidelines. We know that individual organization may have their own branding guideline. So uDMS provides the flexibility to the company administrator to change the theme of the uDMS as per their branding guidelines, whether it is the primary color or the second color. One last thing which I will like to showcase, right, is about the security, because for these organizations, right, the organization belong to specifically the FSI domain, security is a critical issue because they are saving a lot of information related to the user and also the sensitive information. So here we have designed this product based upon the role-based access methodology. What does it mean? That whenever the user gets created, user gets mapped with a specific role by the company administrator. What does it mean? That user will log in into the system, then he will be only able to access the modules or the functionality which is mapped with the roles. Another layer of the security is around the documents, right? Not only about the role or the functionality. So the company administrator can restrict the user what document he can view, or what template or container or the folder he can view, or he can do the indexing, or he can perform the archival or unarchived function, right? So this is the two layer of the security about the functionality level or the module level as well as the document level. So that way we are ensuring that you can have all kind of the security regarding the document if you use this product, right, to meet every compliance. So that's all from the demo perspective from our side about this product, right? I tried to showcase all the features which Satheesh mentioned during his presentation. I hope that you would have find this informative, right? And thank you so much for the kind attention during this demo. Now I will ask Satheesh to join me for the closure remarks.
So one thing that I want to mention is that all the functionalities that were displayed there are modular in nature. So let's say if you don't want a full-blown document management system, you can have a non-AI version as well. Or you can only have an OCR capability only. Or you can have GenAI capability or everything, right? And we also leverage a lot of frameworks which is used within this product to do one-off use cases around image analytics, or let's say OCR and stuff. With that being said, as Yogesh mentioned, thank you for investing time again to understand, listen to us. If you want more information on the document management solution, please feel free to drop by at booth G3, just outside this room, and thank you.